Did I have the microphone off all this time? I'm feeling like a real fucking idiot today. Okay. Uh, Nothing going well today. Right now. Okay, so I mean, I didn't say anything interesting. I was just kind of wondering why I did things this way instead of the other way. Like, the issue is that these two scripts, the drain and the red light green light script, are both touching the animation script, but actually the animation script should only be aware of the live script in order to know what animations to set up. There's no reason these two should be touching it. That way there's less classes touching the animations class, and the animations class just doesn't have to be sent any messages. It should just know where to go for the data that it needs in order to execute its function, which is the live script. So I just kind of was doing that. I'm realizing there's some kind of less than proper indentation here. Come on. This is some basic shit. This is one of the problems with ChatGPT. It just does its own indentation. You kind of have to just either be fine with that or... What the fuck is this indentation, actually? Yeah, this is the way it should be. Okay. Yeah, okay. Should be better. It still may break at some points, but at least it should be more consistent. Yeah, it should be more consistent on the thing. So now the thing that I'm wondering is, does frame drain just have a variable for the amount of time that it takes to tick down? Yeah. That's a bit of a pain. It means that if I want to change it, I'm gonna have to change it here every time, won't I? Yep, it's right there. Okay, so what we could do is just make it not a parameter. Just for testing purposes, so like instead of half a second, let's make it like just really quickly so that we basically skip those sections so that testing is easier, right? And then rather than public, just make it just a private variable. It's just there. Unity? Why is OBS getting overloaded? Encoder overloading? Shut the fuck up, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything even slightly intensive. You can play video games fine. Stuff is not going well today. Okay, so do we have... are we agreeing on something here? No. Okay, I know what's going on. It's because I changed the script while it was compiling, so now the Unity is just kind of confused. Okay. Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, this is something else. This is this. You should be aware of this script. Or this instance of the class. This object. Is just gonna skip the words. He starts healing. Yep, he's invincible. He just loses health really quickly when he's invincible, so that I can just skip through these phases. Hey, this is one of the healing phases. What the hell? So where's the first one then? Oh, this is one of them. Okay. Hello? Oh. Oh, I think I see what's going on, kind of. Right. So let me see. What's going... Ah, I didn't mean to... I just wanted to pause it. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Because I think there's an issue here where it's like I want to, every time it lands on one of these sections, I want it to start in healing mode so that you kind of know, so that there's not just a bunch of time where nothing is happening, right? I want the player to realize this, oh, this is going to be one of those sections, right? And if he just kind of starts shooting without thinking, it's going to immediately just go back to the previous one. So I need it to be so that on start, you figure out what the live script is, whatever. No, is it drain? This is not the one that I want. It's this. Timer equals the heal time. Live script equals that. And healing. Make healing true, right? Oh, yeah, but I have to do this. Like, I have to... Yeah. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, it's starting and setting up the timer, but it's not changing the current state to the healing state. So we have to do that. This is just this, but without this. And with that. One thing, when he kills all the bullets on the field, he should kill the player's bullets too. Because I'm noticing I'm damaging him beyond the point where he's supposed to be able to be damaged. Yeah. Like those transitions, there shouldn't be a bullet fired on those transitions. Okay, let's implement that. This is finally just something new that we're putting into the game, right? Because God, I've been just fixing shit basically. And there's gonna be more stuff to fix. Look at all these scripts that I haven't touched. I have no doubts in my mind that all these scripts, all of them are just riddled with shit that just is bad because I made them using ChatGPT because I didn't understand how C# exactly worked. ChatGPT is a good tool. Shouldn't rely on it that much though. Like it's gonna give you, it's the definition of a botch job, right? It's gonna give you shit that works, kind of, if you know how to use it, right? It's gonna give you shit that works. Like, and that's all it does. Like, it's not good. Well, kind of, that's what it was when I was using it. Like, it's good enough if you're on a deadline and you don't care that much about certain aspects, is what I'm saying. Let's see. So we have that. I want to make it so that he kills the bullet. So when does he do that? It might be on the script called drama. That would be my guess. This script is what happens. It's called drama because it's the thing that makes the camera puts the camera back on Francisco whenever you advance a phase, right? So I'm thinking that this one's probably going to do it. So first of all, let's fix the indentation a little bit. We have this empty start that is worth nothing. It doesn't seem to be killing the bullets. No, it's not. Okay, so who is killing them? Because the enemy bullets do get killed, right? Once you advance a phase, you can't be hit by bullets that are lingering. This is because the game takes control away from you and puts the camera somewhere else, so I don't want you to be hit where you literally can't do anything about it, right? I remember I was thinking that back then, so I made sure to implement that, but I don't remember where it is. And I can't think where would it make sense for it to be, because that was just a fucking mess of code. But it might enemy bullet clean. Oh, fucking hell. That's a good name. Where is that script then? It's not on Francisco. It's not on his health text. It is not on his live handler. It's probably not on any of these faces. Is it on the boundaries? No. Is it on the camera? No. Is it on the explosion? Is it on the angel? Is it on some part of the angel? No. No, those explosions are just a visual effect. They don't matter. Excuse me, what is this script? I have no idea what that does. Can I take it out? Let's just leave it there. Okay. Text, camera follow, drama. Is it on any of the boundaries? No. Is it on Francisco? It's called enemy bullet clean. It's not anywhere. Bullets are distinctly being cleaned off of the field, so... Oh no, this is just individual bullets. So each bullet has this so that when they collide with the boundary, they just get cleaned. This is not what I'm looking for. But let's just kind of fix the formatting a little bit anyways. Just... yeah, that should be better. That just makes it look prettier. It doesn't actually change anything. Then, if it's not there, then who is in charge of cleaning everything? Kill curve on timer. No, should be that. Bullet slowdown? No. Pass down? Starting now? Why would I call it that? What the fuck is this script? I don't know, but it's definitely not killing any bullets, so it's definitely not that. Okay, let's take this step by step. What happens when you change a phase? The enemy gets put down to below a certain amount of health. Then, this life handler does a certain amount of stuff. It Uh, yeah, same deal, just fixing the formatting that is not good. Da, da, da. Huh? Oh, this is all inside of this. Like that, yeah. And then we have that. We have this. We have this, but then we also have this and this. And we have this. Okay. Okay, so this script, when the health reaches a certain trigger point, it is going to run this on the game object is going to set the object to. It's gonna set the current object to false, active to false, and the next one to true. So it's either on one of those, but it's each object. So it's gotta be start shooting, right? When this must have an on enable. Right. So again, let's fix this to make it easier to read. Okay, and then let's see what this does. First, does on enable happen before start? I think it does. Okay, so first it instantiates a shooter and puts it on toClean, which is just a private variable. Oh, it remembers that, and then on disable it destroys it. Then it does the camera. Yeah, it gets the camera. It gets the drama script from the camera, and then triggers it, which is just whatever. We're gonna fix that, but we're gonna fix that later. So then. So then, yeah, if this only destroys the shooter, then the shooter must destroy all the individual bullets. Unless the individual bullets are children, because if they are children, then just destroying it will destroy all the children. Is that how you destroy them? If so, that's a bit of a problem. Because it's not it's not an issue, right, that's how that's happening, but it means that I can't use the same method to destroy all the player bullets. Like, if I shoot you once... Okay, all those bullets. This bullet is a child of bullet destruct, yeah. The child of the line volley, which is it's a child of the shooter. Okay, but you know what? We can work with this. Because we can do a similar thing. We can take the player. We can have the players shoot, whatever makes the player shoot, which is probably the aimer. Yeah, okay. So this, we're gonna take you. Oh god, this one's gonna be long. Okay. Oh, it's not long. Okay. Take everything. Put it back down so that I can format it properly. 90% of all of this is going to be just formatting code. What a pain. See, this is frustrating because this is just like that thing that format your code properly, boys. Whatever the style guides are with the people you're working with, just do it that way. Don't try to be clever. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's do this. And like that. Oh, by the way, somebody in my class gave me... well, didn't give me specifically, but... should I even say this? Nah, nobody's fucking watching. Somebody in my class, in one of my classes, gave... basically, they were having a discussion, right? Because I'm sure you've noticed, like, when I do like an if statement condition, right? What a lot of people will do is just format it this way, right? Code. Else. More. Some other code, right? Formatted like this. To where, like... Can I zoom in? Yeah. No, that doesn't zoom in. Okay, whatever. You can kind of see it. It's formatted like this, right? Where like they'll have a line that is dedicated to this opening bracket and a line that is dedicated to this closing bracket. I, personally, don't like that. I don't like having one whole line be occupied purely by the opening bracket when you already know that an if statement is always going to have either an opening bracket or just be accompanied by nothing. Like, seeing an if statement is enough to know that we're moving one indentation forward, right? So I think this is a bit redundant. So I like to type it like this. I think it's more compact. I think it looks nicer, right? Plus, it matches the way that I think about those instructions, right? But ultimately, which one you prefer is a matter of personal preference, because it really doesn't make a difference. So long as you're consistent all throughout your code, it's fine. Like, they're both organized, right? You just want to make sure that you're doing the same thing every time, right? That's the thing. That's what's going to prevent it from looking messy. But they're both equally valid, right? And if you're working with a large team of people and they all have decided that they're going to do it the way that you don't like, then you just do it that way because you want everybody to be doing it the same way, right? That's more important than whatever you personally prefer. Although, of course, if you're working by yourself, then just do the one that you prefer, obviously, right? But we were in this Discord of my game development class, and they were just kind of discussing it. Like, somebody posted a video, right, for the people who are struggling with programming or just as programming tips, and it was like, oh, here's 20 practices of what is usually considered good. It was a style guide, right? It was a programming style guide. And so we had a lot of tips like that. Oh, look, when you name your variables, make sure that your normal variables are named this, but your functions are named like this, so like they're with an uppercase at the beginning, right? And stuff like that. Just very normal, very beginner basic stuff, right? And somebody said something like, yeah, I've read code from other people where, like, it bothers me because so and so, or something like that. They were mentioning something. I'm dragging this way too long. I'm really bad at telling stories. Point is, at some point, this distinction got brought up, and I just kind of offhandedly said, I like this one because, and I explained what I just explained, like, I don't like to have this line. And then the guy was like a fourth-year student, right? He came back to me and he was like, well, actually, in every professional application, they're not going to accept that, so it's better if you do it properly. And it's like, what the fuck fuck is this asshole talking about? Nobody in a professional environment, like, first of all, nobody's been talking about professional environments, but second of all, nobody in a professional environment is going to say that this is improper, it's going to say that this is improper code. They're just gonna say, oh, this is not what we're going for, please follow the style guide. But this is just as proper as this, and some places are going to be using this, and some places are going to be using this. It's literally a matter of preference. Like, he got so aggro out of nowhere, and this guy was like a 4th year, and he was like, oh, because I was a 1st year student at the time, right? So I assume he just assumed that I didn't know what I was talking about. But the thing is that I've seen the other stuff that this same idiot has been posting, and no, he doesn't know programming. He's not, like, I'm not an amazing coder, right? I'm very scrappy, but like, that guy is way beneath me, so I just thought it was funny. No, I didn't think it was funny, actually. It was pretty annoying. It was pretty infuriating. Just, like, really? You? Like, I'm not gonna get... Because that's, like, a class Discord with, like, a bunch of people, and there's a bunch of professors, so I'm not gonna get into a fight there, right? So I just kind of didn't respond anymore after that. But, like, I really wanted to start a fight. I wanted to just call him a cunt. No, not really. I just wanted to tell him what I knew, which is basically, but that's the thing. It would have basically have been telling him that he was full of shit. So, you know, I've seen people in that Discord get very aggressive over lesser stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna get in there. But like, you know, that sort of just, programmers are kind of the worst. No, they're not. People are just so and so fond of rules that they do not understand why they're in place. Because again, it's not invalid to have a preference for one over the other, and if one is what more people use, then regardless of the merits of it, it's more important that everybody be in agreement, right? But that's just the thing. Like, you can have rules, and rules are useful, but you gotta understand why the rules are there, because if you don't, then you're basically keeping them out of superstition. If you understand why rules are there, you can understand why and when they should be broken. Like, it's just that simple. It's the same for art, it's the same for programmers. Programmers seem particularly bad at exactly that. They'll just be told that something is, you know, trademark the correct way to do it, and then they'll just do it every time blindly, regardless of how bad of an idea it is. In a particular situation, right? So this is basically my 20-minute rant on why I don't like pirate software. I don't like that guy. No, I'm just gonna... I mean, I'm kinda kidding. I mean, this has nothing to do with that. It's just... Like, that's the joke, but it is not a joke that I don't like him. Nothing against him as a person, I just don't like this not my kind of guy, you know? What am I looking for? I'm looking for when this code instantiates the bullets, because it's shoot. Okay, so what is shoot? Sorry, Why are you getting the drama script? Why should you... What does you have anything to do with the drama script? Oh, you're... Oh, this is the bad way to do it. Okay, so basically what's happening is the drama script is a script that is attached to the main camera, and it is it is in charge of doing like a little zoom in to the enemy when the enemy reaches certain health milestones, right? And what this script is doing is, because during that zoom in you're not supposed to be able to shoot, what this script is doing is getting that script and checking if it is currently doing that zoom in. And if it is, it doesn't shoot. But that's a terrible way to do it because I'm knocking on that script every single time that it wants to shoot a bullet, when I could just have that script be aware of this script and have that script disable this until it is done. And so this script is not even going to be trying and running the timers and everything. But before we fix that, let's fix the instantiation thing so that we can have bullets disappear when that section is done. So we'll do that first, and then we'll fix the other thing that I just mentioned. Okay, so first of all, I need to be able to find all the bullets. And finding all the bullets is going to be a lot simpler if they all belong to a single parent. Because then I can delete that parent and all the bullets will be gone with it. So we are going to have, we're going to have a parenter object that is going to be, I need it to be outside of the player because the player is moving around, and if the player moves around, then the bullets are going to move around with it if they are child of it. So I'm going to need a different object that is going to be the parent of all the player bullets. It has to be outside of the player, but that the player has to be aware of. So it just has to be an empty game object. It doesn't matter where it is or what it does. So we're going to just create it through the code. So let's just header references, and I'm gonna have to clear up this entire script later, so that's why I'm just getting that bit of legwork already done. We're gonna have a game object type variable that is going to be the bullet parent. Then, whenever you want to shoot a bullet, before you instantiate the bullet, you're going to check if the bullet parent exists. So, if bullet parent equals null, so if there is no bullet parent, since this is an object that can be destroyed mid-execution, right? We're going to just do the check here rather than generating it at start. Then create the bullet parent so that it's just instantiate. How do I instantiate just an empty, just generic game object? Is that a thing that I'm allowed to do? Unity instantiate. This function makes a copy of an object similar to the way the duplicate command in the editor. If you're cloning a game object, you can specify its position and rotation. No, never mind. What am I thinking? No, it's not an instantiate. It's just new game object. Just use the constructor. How do I construct the game object then? Properties. Base class for all entities in Unity scenes. Constructor, there you go. Creates a new game object named the name. Wait, that's how you... Yeah, it's just called new. Okay, so we're going to take the bullet parent, if it doesn't exist, and we're going to make it a new game object that is just the... It's going to be the player bullets. That's going to be what it's called, player bullets. Like that. And then when you instantiate a new bullet, we're going to make sure that it is child to that object. So this is an object, a position and rotation, position rotation, and then the parent, yeah, just give it the transform. So then we go bullet parent, and since it's a new game object, it should have been generated with a transform, because game objects can't exist without a transform, so I can just access it like this. And now every bullet is going to be child of this new object. And critically, we are not going to create the new object unless it doesn't exist. So we go like this, and pause. We have this. We should have player bullets, and it holds the bullets. And they're both child of the same parent, and if I delete it, the bullets get gone. And the script doesn't get confused. Okay, good. So that means that now I can make it so that the... We should do that, actually. We should have a scripting here that does that. Okay. Void kill bullets, and this is going to kill all the active bullets. And the idea is that this is going to be a message that can be given from somewhere else. So kill all the bullets is going to just take the bullet parent, and it's going to destroy it. So destroy the bullet parent and be done. That's all you do. And so that should fix it. And now I just have to send this signal, and this signal would be sent from the drama script, probably, right? So we're gonna have to go and check what that drama script looks like, and hopefully it's not too much of a mess. Drama here. So this actually looks pretty decent. Did I fix this on stream at some point? No, because this wouldn't be like this if I did. But the other stuff is in order, so I must have touched it. It doesn't make much of a difference either way, though. Oh, this is a different thing. But also, like, what are you doing? You don't exist. You do nothing. Okay, so when the drama is triggered, it should just do this, right? So let's make sure that that happens. So the drama is going to need a reference to that shooting script. So header references start shooting player shot script, and we're going to show this in the inspector. System point serializable, because I just got told at some point that you can make this stuff visible in the inspector without needing it to be public. I didn't know that until recently. So that's why you do this. And then this can stay private, and it's not, you know, exposing variables that don't need to be exposed. Which only makes stuff neater. It doesn't actually make any difference. I think it might be a slight memory save, but like not enough to matter for my use cases. But just it's nice to be neat about that sort of stuff. Okay, so that actually, yeah, I forgot to do it. So when you trigger, on top of doing all the stuff that you do, you take this player shot script and you make sure to tell it to. It's not start shooting. What is it? It's fire toggle. Fire toggle. Yeah, and then you make sure to tell it, hey, I need you to kill all the bullets. Please and thank you. right? Wait, what? Trigger exit. Oh, that's part of the triggerable interface. That's why that was there. Well, I guess we'll do it, but... yeah. System serializable is not valid in this declaration type. What? Sure it is. What do you mean it's not? That's a class. That is a class. It's the fire toggle class. That's a fire toggle. Fire toggle. Fire toggle. You spelled it the right way. Are you for real? Okay, maybe I just got the wrong thing. Wait though, I could have sworn. Let's see. Unity. Oh, right. Yep, it's somewhere else. It's in fork. Fork. Ooh, where did I put that stuff? I know it's there because... oh, it's just there. Okay. Probably this. That's what it's called, serialized field. Okay. Boop, there you go. Oh, and yeah, and kill bullets has to be public so that the drummer can access it. So it's right here. So now, now, the camera who has this drama script can be given the player's shot script right here. Nope, not that one, this one. And then it will kill all the currently active bullets whenever we trigger a new phase on the enemy. So like, yep. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that works. That is working. So, now that that is done, what we should do is make sure that those two messes of script that we saw, the ones that we just touched, we can make them a little bit less messy. In particular, the interaction between the fire toggle and the drama script, because the fire toggle doesn't need to be doing game object point find anytime it wants to shoot. That's a bad way to do it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a variable that is going to be called can shoot. And this variable is basically just and this variable is just whether we are able to shoot at the current moment. Instead of checking the drama script, which means having to get it, having to find it in the scene, and then getting the component from the object that you find, instead of doing all that, all you're going to do is check against this variable. If can shoot is true, then you shoot. Otherwise you don't. And we don't bother with all that stuff. So now we are going to, we could make this public, but actually it's probably more orderly if we give it a function that changes that variable, because that way we can put a debug log on the function and we'll know exactly who is changing it when, rather than just having the variable be something that gets changed and then we have to, you know, track wherever it gets changed, because maybe I'll want it to be changed for more than one place at some point. So we're going to implement that. So implement another method, I guess it would be called public void change shootable state, can shoot, can toggle what are you doing? You're changing the state. You're change shooting state, change able shoot. You're abling, whether it's disabling or enabling. That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Enable. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to call it enable or disable shoot, right? And I don't want to do two methods for enabling or disabling, because frankly, you could just do... Oh, I know. Set shoot. And then it's going to receive a boolean that is going to be the state that you want to set it to, and then can shoot is going to be equal to that state, and that's it. That's all this function does. And because it's public, that means that I can call it from Drama. So now Drama, since Drama already has a reference to that fire toggle, then I can make it so that on top of killing the bullets, you do the thing. You enable that, disable the ability to shoot. So do the player shot script, and then set shoot to false. And then, since you're in charge of disabling it, you have to be in charge of enabling it too. Since you're the one that keeps the time, when that timer for that stuff, for the zoom in, just kind of runs out, then run time, math clamp, target position, current position, get component. If current time is smaller than pan time, target position, equals, target position is equal to new vector t3, which is the position of the target, and the target is probably the player. No, the target is Francisco. Hold on. So the target doesn't change, so it's always Francisco. Oh, but that's the current position of the camera, right? So it's somewhere between that lerp. When is zooming equals false, oh, then you don't do any of that. Right, okay. So, I mean, this is the time where it ends, so then we can do this. And then re-enable the shooting. We're going to check what is happening in all that code later, but right now I just need to make sure that that is working, so that the relationship between the two scripts is being properly set. Right, and we need to make sure that since this script has this new variable, the toggle is toggle. What's it called? Toggle? No, it shouldn't be called toggle. Yeah, the can should must start as true. We need it to begin as true, and then yeah, so that you're able to shoot to begin with. Yeah, and the shooting is correctly enabled or disabled while I'm in that state, without us needing to check the drama every time. Ain't that so much easier? Okay, so I just noticed that thing that I thought was quite curious in the drama handler. I noticed a couple of FOV things. Remember how there's a bunch of variables named zoom in, and the thing doesn't actually zoom in, it just pans out to Francisco? I think I remember that when I was doing this, I was quite a bit frustrated by the fact that it didn't zoom in, but eventually decided that it's not worth it. Like, the pan works fine enough. But I think I know what the problem was. See, it was using FOV, which is a variable that is only relevant when your camera is in perspective mode. Yeah, now it correctly zooms in. It's doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's zooming in, which is what it was supposed to do. Let's just put it back to orthographic perspective, because we don't know. But let's be aware that it's doing a bunch of weird shit there. I kind of like it better without the zooming in, to be honest. Or maybe it's just that I'm getting too used to it. So... with that in order... So with all that in order, let's just continue tidying up that script. Fire toggle. Let's work on fire toggle first, because there's a couple things here that I don't like. We already fixed shoot. This is something we literally just did, and this as well. So this is the update function is basically the only one that needs to be kind of tweaked. We have fire point, which is equal to transform. Sorry, hold on. What? Yeah, when you shoot, you instantiate the bullet at fire point position and fire point rotation, but that fire point is always just transform. So I could just make do without this variable at all, and just do transform position and transform rotation. That doesn't break anything, right? Doesn't seem to. Everything shoots from where and to where it should. Okay, so there you go. One useless variable rid of. Then, if toggle, what is toggle? This is what toggle. But toggle... yeah, this is another useless variable. It's checking down whether the shoot key is down, which is fine enough, but... hold on, what? But then it's doing some stuff if not toggle. Toggle is false, and it is never changed, so it will always be false. So this is useless. And so is this, and this, and this. No, this should be here instead. And toggle, we don't need it. Right? This is the sort of shit that ChatGPT does. Like, it puts shit because it thinks you want it, then you tell it, no, actually, that doesn't exactly do what I wanted it to do. Can you change it, please? And then it goes, okay, yeah, I'll change it. But then it doesn't know. Like, it's going based off the code that you give it. So it's not going to assume that the stuff that you don't want is there for no reason. You're shooting back, you're giving it back its own code that they didn't do what you expected it to do. Right, so if the key is down, then you're shooting. If it's not, then you're not shooting. If you are shooting, and the time, okay, so this is the timer thing. This is just the timer stuff. So, first of all, this is a variable. Let's put it with the variables. We don't need to specify that it is private. It just already is private by default. So then, basically, we want the timer to be running whenever you are shooting. So parameters. This is our shooting key, right? So serialize field so that it's visible without it being made public. And then no, actually, I think this works. Because usually I like implementing timers in another way where I have a variable that is the amount of time left. But the way that it's done here with just basically a schedule, like it has a variable that is the next time that the timer will fire, allows it to fire immediately when the key is pressed every single time. So I think this is actually better. I think this is actually better, yeah. So the next fire time is a variable. It's just timer variable. The fire rate is a parameter, like that is something that is going to be edited by the player, or rather by the developer in the inspector. And the bullet prefab is going to be a reference, so we're going to put that there. And these also don't need to be public. So serialize field right there. Okay, that's the fire toggle, just tidy it up a bit. And then let's fix any potential issues with variables not being set. Bullet parent is actually, the bullet parent doesn't need to be serialized. That one can just stay like this. It's still a reference, but I don't need to see it. It's better if it's not visible. And then, let's see, did that break anything? It doesn't seem to have. Okay, good. So, let's now do the same process of tidying shit up to this drama thing. First of all, this trigger exit is just there because it needs to be there for you to be a triggerable type. We have this trigger. When you trigger... Okay, so what are you doing? Is zooming. Is the variable that tells us when we are in the little, let's call it a cutscene, right? So this could be handled through a timeline, shouldn't it? It should be handled through a timeline. I don't want to do a timeline. Okay, let's fix it here, and then we'll do a timeline. Because the thing with the timeline is that it lets me queue up sounds and stuff, like with precise ordering, and edit them in a nice visual way. But until I need to do that, let's just rely on this script. Because then the timeline can send signals to the script as it needs, but I need this to be tidy so that I know what signals the timeline needs to be sending, right? So let's just work on fixing this. We have this private update. It doesn't need to be specified as private. We are calculating the current time and the progress of the zoom. Which is, this is the nice thing that ChatGPT will do for you, is just, if you tell it, hey, please comment the code and tell me what it does, it'll do it. So yeah, the target is just the zoom target, so that is a reference. That's right here. The zoom time and the pan time, these are parameters. And are they distinct, actually? Tell you what, let's get rid of the zoom functionality, because even if we want to implement it, we're going to want to implement it completely different. So let's just get completely rid of it. I have to get rid of this. Then check when it is used. Actually, let me check something. The zoom time is 2 and the pan time is 1. So it is zooming for twice as long as it is panning. Yeah, this definitely needs to be a timeline rather than all this. Right, so when you trigger, you do a bunch of stuff. First of all, you set the start position as the current transforms position. Right, you record the start position twice. That shouldn't be the case. You record the start time. Yeah. So instead of recording this time, the start time, let's just set it up as a timer. So rather than start time, let's call it time left, right? Time left must be equal the total amount of time of the zoom, which is between the zoom time and the pan time, whichever is bigger, right? Rather than zoom time, since we're not having the zoom functionality, let's call this total time. Total time, right? So then total time, time left equals total time. right? Then set eZooming to true. So eZooming is a variable that we're using. We're not using start time anymore. But we are using one similar called time left, so that is a variable. Header variable. Time left. And I don't need this to be visible. Then yeah, eZooming is true. We are recording the start position, so that is also a variable. And these two don't need to be public, so serialize them. So you're recording the start position, recording the setting up the timer, set the variable to true, killing all the bullets and setting the shoot variable to false in the shot script. Then, if you are zooming every frame, so yeah. Rather than calculating the current, in order to calculate the current time and progress of the zoom, we need to do. Well, first of all, we need to just decrement the timer for the amount of time that has passed. So time left minus equals time point delta time, right? Then the current progress of the zoom is from 0 to 1 is equal to, what does math clamp do actually? That would be nice to know. Clamps a float value between 0 and 1. Oh, clamp 0 to 1. Clamp between 0 and 1, that's what that means. If the value is negative, then it's 0. If the value is greater than 1, then 1. Okay, so it's not normalizing, right? Which makes sense. It could be that. So we have this progress variable, and this progress variable has to be a number from 0 to 1, where 0 is no time has passed since the beginning of the zoom, and 1 is we're right at the end. So what do we need this variable for? Okay, so we need it for the zoom, right? Which is not a thing that we're gonna do anymore. We need it for the pan. This part is the pan. But except we can calculate that better. Because this is just from the start position to the target position. What's that clicking noise? Oh, that's the music. That's just, it's part of the music. Hello, welcome to chat. Tar tar tar, I suppose. I assume those fours are just supposed to be A's. Yeah, that's music. It's supposed to be music. It makes more sense with the upper layer, like, okay, listen to this, right? Based music. Thank you. I made it myself. It's I made it for the for the game I made before. It's called Possible. It's on my Edge. It has those 2 layers. Hi, by the way, I'm here to know you even on here. Oh, I know who you are. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate the company. Nope. Nope, what? Don't know me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see, what was I doing? Right, I'm checking this. So, I have this lerp. Right, and I have the start position of the camera, the end position of the camera. I need to get the current position of the camera is in between those two. I need to give it a number between 0 to 1. That is the amount of time that has passed of the pan time, right? What are you doing, by the way? I can only see Minecraft enchantment runes. Yeah, okay, so that's coding, right? It's just ancient magic that we use in order to tell computers what to do. And what I'm trying to get this computer to do is game. This is the first game that no, you will know who I am. Okay, sure. Let's pretend that I don't know you. So yeah, what I'm trying to tell this computer to do in this instance is just, this is the first game that I made in Unity, and so it's just kind of a hot mess, and I wanted to pretend down, and I wanted to, oh come on, you enjoy it, just kind of make it better, right? Fix it and just make it presentable, because, when you start learning how shit actually works, you start realizing how terrible you were at the beginning. And I figured, if this is a game that's going to be just in my itch page, I want it to be good, right? I want it to be representative of what I'm able to do. And since the first one that I made is easily the worst one, in Unity, right? Because there's one I made before that, but that was in another engine and I had like a year to make it. This one I made in like a month, so it's a hot mess. So I'm trying to fix it up. Right, so I need a variable that is from 0 to 1 that is going to give me the position that it's going to be used to determine the position of the camera. 0 to 1 in this instance is the amount of time that has passed from the pan time. So it's going to be 0 when the pan time, 0 when no time has passed, and 1 when the pan time has passed, which is not the same as the total time. So I need to progress is going to be a number from total time. I think it's a great idea, although I also think you should archive the original so you can look back and say, damn, oh no, yeah, I will. Itch thankfully does that for you, kind of. I mean, you gotta tell it to, but like, it does it. You can have the archives up there. And also version control in... Oh wait, no, it doesn't, because I'm not using... Yeah, but whatever. I'm gonna have the original, don't worry about that. I'm gonna set it as a downloadable thing too. Alright, so yeah, progress is going to be a number from... No, time left. Time left is going to be a number from total time to 0 as time passes. So I want the portion of progress of time left that goes from total time to pan time. It's on the Twitch. If you scroll down from the video, there should be a link in there. But just in case, I'm gonna post it in chat anyway. Was it with 2 S's? I think it was 2. There you go. That should be the one. Yep, that's the one. Some sites there's like Twitch actually. Some sites there's somebody who's already taken that name, so I use 3 S's instead of 2, so then I don't know which one is which. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so progress. Fuck, I keep losing my train of thought because I'm talking to chat. Progress is a variable that goes from 0 to 1. So, actually, let's just make a new variable that is going to be pan progress. Well, why not? Just the progress of only the panning. So pan progress is going to be equal to... It's going to be 0 when time left is equal to total time. And it's going to be 1. Source sounds like you're ranked triple S. Oh yeah, you know me, just fucking, I'm just amazing at Devil May Cry. Like, you know, when you hit all the demons with all the weapons and the guy goes, sadistic! That thing, I'm just, I really want to play Devil May Cry. I've only played the bad one, and I liked it a lot, so I figure that when I play the good ones, I'm going to like them even more, you know? Or I have terrible taste and I'm not gonna, but I have good taste because I'm a good person, so... Okay, so the pan progress is going to be 0 when time left equals... when time left equals total time, and it's going to be 1 when time left equals total time minus pan time. So... By bad one, you mean DMC or... I mean DMC. The one with, Fuckboy Dante. Which, by the way, it's really bad. Like, I get why people don't like it. It's pretty fucking bad in a lot of ways. But the combat is really fun. Like, make no mistake, I wasn't enjoying the story. The story was kind of stupid. But, and then they just had no charm, right? It wasn't a good time. But the combat was really good, right? I don't know if the other DMCs are... I imagine they have to be better. It ain't that bad, the story is just shit, but the gameplay is good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying. Okay, so... Pan progress... This is an inverse proportion, isn't it? So it's... Pan progress is 0 when... Is 0 when total time is... When total time is equal to pan time. No, it's 0 when time left is equal to total time. Right? Like, let's just write it like this. This is not actual valid code. This is just something I'm writing to kind of order myself. And it is 1 when time left is equal to the total amount of time minus the total amount of time of that pan. So like this. So since this is an inverse proportion relationship, what I want to find is... I want to find the x when time left is whatever the fuck it is, right? So... Okay, I'll stop distracting you and we'll start paying attention so I can maybe hope to understand what you're doing. I mean, if you know nothing about... Do you know anything about coding at all? Because it's gonna be hard to follow if you don't. X... Okay, so when x is this... Okay, when it's 1 when it's this, and it's 0 when it's this. Nope. Oh, well, we're in for a bad time then. Just... try to... I mean, I'm fine with questions. It's not like this is something that really is urgent, so if I get distracted a lot, it's totally fine. I'm not gonna give you, like, a coding class on stream, right? But, like, sure, that wouldn't be a bad idea for a stream. Could do that sometime. The point is, I'm not gonna do it right now, right? But, you know, if you have any specific questions, that's fine. Pan time, total time. So... Yeah, for real. Of course I'm for real. I'm always for real. That's not true. Most of the time I am, though. Oh, you were... Yeah, right? I mean, I'll have to see. The problem is, I don't think I'm good enough at this to be a teacher, but, like, just... I would have to find a way to format it, right? Just, like, in a way that would be useful. It might be better as a video than as a stream. I'm not really good at video editing, but, you know, you could just kind of wing it. Could do like a Unity tutorial. I'll just smile and nod. You're entertaining enough even if I don't understand jack. Well, you understand what I'm saying, so that's more than some people. Maybe just the basics in a class. Yeah, no, I could just apply it to Unity and just be very like, this is how I do things rather than this is how you do things, right? 'Cause I'm sure I'm just doing a ton of shit wrong, right? But like, I can get it done is the point. So what's the math on this? Like, it's 0 when it's this, and it's 1 when it's this. Speaking of which, you know who I am already, so let's cut the. Really, I was having fun with the act though. No, but yeah, I think I know who you are. I wanted to learn how to edit video. Oh, that is actually pretty easy. Okay, so I can help you if you do. You know, that would be. Okay, so you're pretty smart. So I'm just gonna tell you the program that I use, right? Get Blender. Blender has it's free, right? So you're not gonna have to pirate anything, and it's got some pretty good video editing tools, right? I kind of know how to use it. It's not that difficult, right? But like, I'm not good with it. But like, if you can figure it out, right? I don't think I would. I mean, I realize I'm soliciting free work here, but like, if that's something that you wanted to do, that would be fine with me. Editing video is a lot of work, though. It's kind of mind-numbing. Pirate Sony Vega. I mean, Sony Vegas. I mean, you could, but like, I'm just saying, Blender is free and it's good, and it's also good for 3D modeling, so. I wanna, because I think you're cool. Oh, thank you. Let's see how long that lasts you, but just small stuff here and there. I mean, I would be fine with that. It's just whatever you can do, whatever you want to do. If nothing else, it would be good practice. Fuck, what's the math on this? I always forget. This is not an inverse proportion. If it was an inverse proportion, I would know it. Right? Because it would be an inverse proportion if it was this when it was 0. But I can make it 0, right? Because this is just total time. Been speaking for long enough, I guess. Again, you're not bothering me. It's nice to have the company. You have no idea how awkward it is to stream knowing that nobody's watching. Okay, so I have total time minus pan time. So if I subtract pan time from total time on both occasions, just always, right? So I have time left minus pan time, and I have time left minus pan time, right? So then pan time, so yeah, so this is just gonna be total time then. So this is gonna be, what if I add a pan time, right? If I add the pan time here, then this is just gonna be total time, and this is gonna be total time plus pan time. No, I mean, I've been speaking with you long enough that you're gonna change your mind when you know my window has already passed. Oh! Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to add things so that time left, so that this is also 0, right? So when is time left equal to 0? Time left So I have this number that is starting at time left, which is 2, right? It starts at 2. And it's going to slowly go down. In 2 seconds, it's going to reach 0. But I don't want it to reach 0 then. I want it to reach 0 at the amount of time that pan time is, which let's say that it's 1, so it's half. So it's going to be when it is 1. But in that case, it is not 1 just because it's 1 every time. It is 1 because pan time happens to be 1. So let's say the pan time was a half second. Then it wouldn't be at 1, it would be from 2 until 1.5. So it's actually total time minus pan time. So total time minus pan time. So total time minus pan time, right? That's going to be 0. But time left is only equal to that. Yeah, when time left, yeah, it's gonna be that. But at that point, time left is 1.5 actually. So in order to get 0 from that, I have to, in order to get to that, it's going to be 1.5. So in order to get to 0 from 1.5, I have to subtract 1.5. But 1.5 is total time minus pan time. So I'm going to subtract this. And this is going to be equal to 0, right? So I want the number pan progress, which is the number that I'm trying to determine. I want it to be 0 when time left minus total time is 0, right? So I want it to be 1 when time left is 2. And therefore, time left minus total time minus pan time, it is going to be, right? So time left is going to be equal to 2 because it's right at the beginning. And total time is that exact 2. So it is 2 minus 2, 2 minus 2 minus pan time, which is 0.5, right? So 2 minus 0.5 is 1.5, so it's 2 minus 1.5, and this is going to be 2 minus 1.5, which is 0.5, which is pan time, right? So now I have a direct proportion relation, and then I can just actually do the math. So direct proportions are super fucking easy because it's just, man, the theory video is trying to figure out who I am. We're gonna go crazy if you make a big shit the fuck up. No, they're not. I mean, why would they? You're just a friend. There you go. Okay, so yeah, it's a direct proportion, so that is just, I want to find x, that is pan progress, that is time left, times 1, divided by all this shit, so then, which is pan time. No, it's not, it's all this. Right. I mean, it shouldn't be a mystery. Way to kill the mystery. I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest. I don't think it was a very compelling mystery. I wouldn't recommend becoming a writer of mystery novels. I don't think you're gonna be the next Charles Dickens. Time left. So it's this times this, which is just this because it's 1 divided by this. So time left divided, maybe your future editor, maybe if you enjoy it and get luck and get good with it, or honestly, not even if you get good, just if you're willing to do it, because bad editor is probably better than no editor, right? And it'll be just time left minus total time minus pan time. That's it, right? So that's a number from 0 to 1 that represents the amount of progress of the panning motion of the camera. And so I can just plug that into here. Also, this is stupid. Why am I doing this when I could just do target point position? There you go. We saved that entire line of code just by doing that. And then do I need this? The current time is the all that. The progress. Yeah, we don't need this progress anymore because this is just that. And then will be proud to be given the bad editor title. Yeah, don't worry. This is just gonna be. Don't worry, bad editor matches well with bad streamer, right? What are we doing here? Okay, so yeah, so now I eliminated the progress variable. So that means that in order to check if the sum is complete, what I need to do is know if the time left is smaller or equal to 0. If time left is smaller or equal to 0, then you do all that. And that should do it. That should make it so that the stuff works exactly the same as it was working before, but now the code is in a fucking hot mess. Target position. Okay, so there's errors. 25. You're saying that the name start time does not exist. Start time does not exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Well, actually, am I using this variable anywhere? I mean, the current time is just time left is, yeah, it's just total time minus time left, right? Like that. And then target position in line 32, which is here. Target position. I think I made something up. The target position is just, yeah, it's just target point position. It's just this. Like that. Hold on. What the hell? Why are we doing this twice? Why are we doing the left twice? We only need it once. And at that point, we only need it here. So this is useless. Okay. It compiles, but that doesn't mean that it works. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh my god, what's going on? Did the thing disappear? Why did it disappear? No, it didn't disappear. So why is it invisible? How did you do the animated avatar? Oh, somebody made it for me. It was a group project for the school I'm in. So we were paired up, and Z, which is, she really knows how to do pixel art very well. She made all the animations. Oh wait, no, you mean for the stream? Yeah, Live2D. Live2D has a free trial where they. I thought you meant in the game. I thought you meant like these things. No. In Live2D. Well, first of all, I made a really shitty drawing on Paint like 3 years ago for something for a video that I was doing, right? Like just for shits and giggles. And then Live2D has a trial version. It has some limitations, but they let you use it for an unlimited amount of time. So I downloaded that, sort of learned how to use it from a couple of videos that they have on their site, and then plugged it into VTube Studio. There you go. It's actually fairly easy. I mean, this is not a good rig, right? It's very simple and it works, but it's right. But you can get it to this point fairly easily. So what the fuck happened to the camera? Oh, I know what happened to the camera. What? Wait, hold on. So I think I know what happened, right? So this is the scene in 3D. And you can see that the enemy is a bit further ahead than the background. So I think the camera put itself in the position of the enemy, including on the Z, so it put itself here. So it's ahead of the enemy and so it can't see it, but it can see everything else. But that's fine, because we can fix that by... right. It shouldn't be just target point position. It should be target point position. Yeah, we're just gonna have a variable here. Vector 3 transposed position, and we're gonna... Should we calculate it every frame? I mean, the guy doesn't move. It's just calculated on start. Void start. Calculate it once and then we're done with it. The code might be rough, but it's still better than the Yandere simulator. I mean, yes, but that's not saying much. Those are some very low standards. I mean, I like to think I'm a better coder than Yandere Dev, but I feel like you could just put a Pelican in front of a keyboard and it would probably be a better programmer than Yandere Dev. Transposed position is going to be equal to the target's position, target point position, and then take the transposed position, positions Z, and subtract from it something like 10 units. And then it's going to be like at the target position, but on the Z-axis it's going to be like far back, right? It's going to be like on top of it, but not on top of it. Because despite being in 2D mode, Unity continues to be a 3-dimensional engine, which I don't like. I do like working in 2D a lot more. It's just more comfy. Okay, so rather than using target position, use transposed position, right? And do it here too. Do you use it anywhere else? Not really. Okay. If this works, Z-axis shenanigans, yeah. Fuck the Z-axis. X and Y, my homies. Z, I'm racist towards the Z-axis. Okay, it works now, but it snaps. It's not doing the smooth thing it was doing before. It's just snapping towards the angel. So what's up with that? It would seem to be that this lerp current time is smaller or is smaller than pan time, but current time is total time minus time left. So time left goes from total time to 0. So if I take total time and subtract that, then now I have the variable that goes from 0 to total time. If current time is smaller than man time, so it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be doing this instead of this every frame. Debug log. I am happening. So tell me if this line is happening, because it should be for exactly 1 second. Z-axis shenanigans. All my homies hate the Z-axis. If you like the Z-axis, consider yourself a knob. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get me? So is that... It is. So it's not a problem of the lerp not happening, but it's a problem of the lerp being calculated wrong. So instead of just show me the pan progress variable, because maybe I calculated it wrong. It should be a number that goes from 0 to 1. Over the course of 1 second. It stays at 1. Okay, so that means that this is being calculated wrong. Time progress is time left divided by time left minus total time minus span time. Okay, so immediately I'm realizing this is a bit silly because this is just 1 divided by this, right? Well, this actually. Which is just the same as saying minus total time plus span time, and just get rid of this minus sign. So total time, so pan time minus total time. Total time is going to be 2 seconds, pan time is going to be... Yeah, no shit, that is always going to be 1. So I want a number that, god damn it, this is the same shit I was stuck on before. I just did it wrong. Because I didn't, I guess I didn't think the math through. I want a number that goes from 0 to 1 over the course of exactly pan time seconds. That means that... And what I have is time left, which is a number that goes from 1 to 0. Okay, you know what? Let's go from current time. What the fuck am I doing? It should be current time, right? So time progress should be equal to current time. So current time is a number that we have total time time left. Time left is a number that goes from total time to 0. I have current time. Current time is the opposite. It's a number that goes from 0 to total time, which is 2 seconds. So it's going in the right direction. It's going from 0 up, right? And I want pan progress to go from 0 up. But I want it to go from 0 to 1 over the course of pan time seconds. Current time is going upwards over the course of seconds, so I can use that to calculate the number that I want. I want it to go to, let's assume that pan time is going to be half a second. I'll follow VIP me completely oblivious as to what that entails because it hasn't used Twitch before. Can I? Here, I'll give you a warning. It's the best I can offer. No, I'm not going to actually give you a warning. I could make you a mod, but there's nothing that requires modding right now, so... unless you want to ban yourself. Nah, no, I'm not gonna mod you. Not until I need to. By the way, thanks for the follow. I've been served. It's not that I don't trust you, it's that there's literally no reason to. I don't need mods. I don't have chatters, I don't need mods, I can do it, I can handle it myself. I think they're pretty close in the badge. Well, too bad. Transpose position with I was doing right, so I have the number that goes from 0 to time left over the course of time left seconds, but total time seconds. I want the number that goes from 0 to 1 over the course of pan time seconds. So when this number I have, yeah, so pan progress, and pan progress is my X. I want it to be and current time is my other variable, right? So current time, right? So when 1 is 0, the other one is going to be 0. That's easy. When I want this to be 1 when current time equals pan time. So And I want to know what it's going to be in terms of X. And this is going to be time left, or it's going to be current time. Current time. Let's just call it C. C. Oh shit, got a slide. Sorry. Good luck with the content. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Just whatever you're doing. Bye bye. Thanks for showing up. Honestly, it's nice to have company. Go do your thing. What should this be? This is C, which is current time. So it's this times this divided by this. So it's just C divided by pan time, right? Just current time divided by pan time, by the total amount of pan time. That was a lot easier than I was making it out to be. Crazy. That was crazy. Oh, shit. I hate the meme. I hate it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes me feel old. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Okay, bye now. See ya. Okay, but so hold on, drama. Drama. What is drama? Because I think it works, but I just set a variable wrong. Yes, it is. Okay, so this should be 2 now. So that it lines up with what it was before. And then yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. That's what I want. Okay, so having fixed that took a lot longer than I thought it would, but we did it. It was just me being bad at math and also getting distracted from chat. I'm going to leave it here for the time being. I feel like it's a good enough amount of progress, and I wanted to play a game today. So we're going to be doing that later. I'm going to take a break for a bit. So, you know, stay on hold. We're gonna continue. One second, let me get the Bearbet screen up. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm gonna be right back. I'll see you in a bit.